Hello, good morning, welcome. My name is Lisa. I'm here at the beautiful True Hot Yoga Studio, all by my lonesome, just ready to guide you with some yoga this morning. I didn't really hear much from anyone about what they wanted to work on, so I'm going to do my best coming up with stuff on my own. I do all right. Have fun. Don't forget to breathe. Relax the jaw as much as possible. Smile whenever you can. Laugh whenever you want to. At yourself or me, whatever the case may be. Yes, I am wearing the coolest shirt known to man. Yesterday was the anniversary of Prince's death. Anyone that knows me knows I'm a huge fan of Prince. Fan's not even the right word. Admirer? I don't know. Best friend? Whatever. So let's get started. This morning we're going to work on getting that heat back up again. We did that a couple weeks ago. And then since then I've slowed it down. I know I have some beginners that are joining me, so I'm going to offer some modification and some amplifications. But let's get that energy flowing. Let's get that positive energy just brewing within us, starting to heat ourselves up from the inside out, okay? For all of my beginners, you're going to start just Tadasana, mountain pose. I like my feet together. Some people like them apart. Ground down through the heels, lift and wiggle the toes, place them back into your mat. Bring your inner thighs and your knees together. Tuck the hips forward, squeeze the glutes. Engage the core. If you're not sure how to do that, you can laugh and hold it. You can cough, although that's frowned upon these days, and hold it. Or you can raise your hand. I'll come to your house, slap you as hard as you can, as hard as I can in your belly, and I guarantee you're going to hold it right there, okay? Shine the heart forward, pull the shoulders back. Now draw the shoulders up to the ears, roll them back, drop them down. Shine the palms forward, lift the chin, close the eyes. Start to come into your breath, deep inhales and exhales through the nostrils. As you inhale, belly pushes away from the spine. As you exhale, belly comes back into the spine. Inhale. Exhale. Keep doing that. Just some gentle inhales and exhales through the nostrils. As you're exhaling, you're making just a slight HA sound in the back of the throat, as if you were trying to fog up a mirror in your bathroom, except you're doing it with the mouth closed, okay? Take just a moment here and set your intention for your practice today. It can be whatever you want it to be. It's your personal wish or prayer. Perhaps your intention is good health. Perhaps your intention is peace, prosperity, joy. Whatever it is you need, you manifest that. You bring that to yourself. With each inhale, you're bringing it in. With each exhale, you're letting go of negativity. You're letting go of guilt, self-doubt, sadness, grief, anger. Let it go. Now hopefully you have an intention set and you've got nice relaxed breaths happening right now. So you're going to slowly bring your palms to heart center. You're going to rub your palms together, magnetizing the energy in your body. Put just a slight bend in the knees, and on your next inhale, bring the arms and eye gaze up overhead. Squeeze the glutes. Exhale, slight back bend. Lift the heart, lift the eye gaze, lift the chin. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, swan dive forward. Shake out the head here, no thank you. Nod it, yes please. Maybe you're still a little tight in your back, so maybe your fingertips don't quite touch the mat yet. That's okay. Put a slight bend in your knees. Let your arms just hang, or maybe grab opposite elbows. That's going to allow gravity to help pull your torso down. Make sure you're not holding that neck up. It's nice and loose, hence the shaking it out, no thank you, and nodding it, yes please. Good. On your next inhale, you're going to come up to a half lift, bringing the fingertips just to the front of the shins, putting a nice flat spine, making an L shape with your body. As you exhale, you're going to release back into forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Last one, half lift. And on this one, you're going to drop your fingertips to the mat, bend your knees, come up nice and high onto the balls of the feet, drop your glutes to your heels, chin to chest, forehead reaches for the knees, ball pose. You're trying to make a nice tight ball with your body. Really round and curl the shoulders, round the spine, create space in between each vertebrae. Stay nice and high on the balls of the feet. And really open up that back. On your next inhale, bring your hips away from your heels. Allow your heels to fall naturally to the mat. As you exhale, sink a little deeper into your forward fold, whatever that may be. Maybe you're working on straightening out the knees. Maybe you're working on pressing your belly button a little closer to your thighs, or bringing your forehead a little closer to your shins. Rolling up nice and slow, no rush, no hurry. Hands come through heart center all the way up. Exhale, slight back bend. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, curl into that nice tight ball. Chin comes into the chest. Forehead reaches for the knees. Inhale the hips away from the heels. Heels fall naturally to the mat. Exhale, sink a little deeper into your forward fold. Inhale, bring it up nice and slow. Hands through heart center. Exhale, slight back bend. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, curl into that ball. Last one, inhale, hips. Exhale, heels. Inhale, torso. Exhale, back bends. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, swan dive. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, ball pose. Okay, one more. Inhale, hips. Exhale, heels. Inhale, torso. Exhale, slight back bend. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, swan dive. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, ball pose. Here you're going to separate the knees, bringing the heels together, fingertips in between the knees, coming into gargoyle pose, also known as goddess pose. And you're just going to have your fingertips right underneath your shoulders, feet and heels, and my bunions are touching. And you're just starting to open the hips. If you'd like, you can walk your hands forward here, further getting into the inner thighs. Or you can stay right here. If you want to, you can work on bringing your hands to heart center and stacking your shoulders above your hips, working on balance. Gently bring the knees together. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, slight back bend. Inhale up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Now, if you're not at the top of the mat, come over to the top of your mat. You're going to ground down through your left foot. Step back with the right foot into lunge. If you want to, you can drop down to that knee. Untuck the toes. Or you can stay up. It's up to you. You're just going to hold your lunge here. You want to make sure that left knee is above the left heel. Feet are rooted into the ground. You're nice and high on the right ball of the foot. And if your hips are nice and high, work on bringing them nice and low. Opening up that right hip flexor. And maybe you're just letting your arms dangle here. Like my body is pressed to the top of my left thigh, so I can hang out here for quite a while. But what it's doing is it's warming all of this upper thigh up on the left side. You're getting a nice pinching sensation in that left hip. You're opening up the right hip. Good. And again, maybe you're down here. This is just fine as well. Good. Slowly shift weight back towards that right heel, coming into pyramid pose, really working to push that right heel down to the mat, keeping the hips square. If you can get that right heel all the way down, pull that left foot back towards the face. If not, just have your hands right underneath your shoulders, stabilizing, opening up that left hamstring. Bend gently through that left knee once again. If you are on that right knee, lift it up, bring both hands down to the mat, and pull that left leg back. Downward facing dog, walk your dog out. If when you pull back, you don't feel very comfortable in your downward dog, drop it down to a tabletop. Recenter yourself. You want your hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath the hips, fingertips spread nice and wide. Make an L shape with your thumb and your index finger. Press your thumb and your index finger into the mat, maybe even lifting your pinkies off the mat. That's going to take pressure off of your wrists. From here, you're just going to tuck your toes, lift your knees, push your glutes back into down dog. Inhale, roll it forward to plank. Exhale, push it back. Inhale, forward to plank. Exhale, down dog. Last one, forward plank. And on my first one, I like to draw both elbows into my rib cage, lower all the way down. Untuck the toes, push the tops of the feet into the mat, bring your hands on either side of your rib cage, push it up, cobra or up dog, whatever your back can handle at the moment. Eye gaze lifts. You want to make sure you're not sinking into the shoulders. Shoulders are down and away from the ears, heart shines forward. Eye gaze lifts. Press your knees into the mat, push your glutes all the way back to your heels, and drop your forehead down for 3 breaths. After your 3 breaths, shift your weight forward towards your palms, come back into that tabletop position, tuck your toes, push it back, down dog. Walk your feet forward towards your hands, coming into a forward fold, Uttanasana, top of your mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Grounding down through your right foot, stepping back to your left foot into lunge. Once again, check your lunge. Make sure your right knee's above your right heel. You're nice and high on that left ball of the foot, and if your hips are high, push them as low as you can. How low can you go, right? Fingertips may be dangling above the mat. Maybe you're holding it on, interlacing your fingers and holding on right here. You're just relaxing into the posture. If you need to, feel free, drop down to that left knee. You're still getting the stretch you need. Good. Bring your fingertips down to the mat. Push your weight back towards your left heel. Straighten out that right knee. Again, if you can. Flex the right foot back towards the face. Hip stays square. Pull that left hip forward. Push that right hip back. Nice deep stretch in that right hamstring. Come up nice and high on the left ball of the foot. Bend through the right knee. Place both palms in the mat. Pull that right leg back. Downward facing dog. Again, if you need to, go into your tabletop position. Refine your positioning and push it back up to your downward dog. Inhale, roll yourself forward to plank. Exhale, push it back, down dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, plank. From here, you're going to drop down to both knees. Draw your heels up towards your glutes as you push your hips down. So instead of being with your booty out like this, you want to push your hips down. Good. You want to make sure your shoulders are either right above the wrists or slightly in front of the wrists. Take a nice deep inhale. As you exhale, draw your elbows into your ribcage, come halfway down. Push it back up on the inhale. Exhale halfway. Inhale up. Exhale down. Last one. Inhale up. Push your glutes all the way back to your heels. Drop your forehead. 3 breaths. Warming up those arms. Good. Eye gaze forward. Shift weight forward towards your palms. Tabletop position. Tuck the toes. Lift the hips. Down dog. Slowly walk the feet forward towards the hands. Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Put a slight bend in the knees. You're going to inhale, reverse swan dive up with a nice flat back. Exhale, slight back bend. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Ground down through the left foot, step back with the right into lunge. Inhale the arms up to crescent. Exhale, slight back bend. Inhale, arms up. You can always drop down to the knee, guys. Hands down on the exhale. Left leg comes back. Down dog. Inhale, forward to plank. Feel free to drop down to the knees or all the way down to the belly. Exhale, come halfway down. Inhale, up and through into up dog. Tuck the toes, push it back. Down dog, ground down through the left heel. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, pull it through into lunge. Weight comes forward to the right foot. Inhale, left leg. Exhale, drop it down, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Slight bend in the knees. Inhale, reverse swan dive up. Exhale, slight back bend. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Ground down through the right foot, step back with the left, lunge. Inhale, arms up to crescent. Feel free to drop down to that left knee. Exhale, slight back bend. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands down. Right leg comes back. Down dog. Inhale, forward to plank. Exhale, halfway down. Inhale, up and through. Exhale, down dog. Ground down through the right heel. Inhale, left leg. Exhale, pull it through into lunge. What happens if you can't pull your leg through into lunge? Let's explore that, shall we? If I can't pull my leg through yet, that's fine. I'm dropping down to that knee, right knee. Bring my left leg around my body, and I still end up right here in a lunge. Weight pump forward to that left foot. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, drop that right foot to meet the left. Forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Shake out your head, no, thank you. Nod it, yes, please. Roll up nice and slow. No rush, no hurry. Hands come to heart center. Inhale, arms up. And as you exhale, separate your hands, shoulder width distance. Go ahead and sit into a nice deep chair. You want to stay grounded down through your heels stay pressed into the mat. You should be able to lift and wiggle your piggies. And just sit back as though you're sitting into a chair. You want to keep your chest lifted. So your glutes are going to stick out, and that's okay. You do want to tuck the hips forward, though. See what you did there? You just tuck those hips forward, hands come to heart center, and you sit. You're getting all of these thighs warmed up here. That's going to get your body heat up, get you sweating this morning. Inhale up. Exhale, slight back bend. Inhale up. Exhale, sit it down once again. Hold it here. Inhale it all the way up. Exhale, sigh. Inhale up. Exhale, sit it down. This time, hands to heart center. Inhale it all the way up. Exhale, sigh. Inhale up. Sit it down one more time. This time, hands back by the hips, palms up. Bring the hands down to the mat. Lift the hips. Cha-cha the legs out. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Grounding down. I'll show you on this side. I'm at the top of my mat. I'm grounding down through my left foot. I'm going to step back with the right foot into lunge. From here, I'm going to drop that right foot so it's parallel with the back of my mat. Windmill my arms up into warrior two. Did you get that? Windmill. You're here, and then you're here, okay? You're going to make sure your heels are in one line. Look down, adjust your feet. Heels are in one line. Right toes parallel with the back of my mat. Left toes face the front of my mat. Arms come right here. And as soon as you can, you open those arms up. Good. You want to make sure that left knee is not splaying inward. If it is, reach down with your left hand. Open that knee back up. You want this leg nice and straight. Hips are tucked forward. And square with the side of your mat as much as possible. Arms are open, and we're breathing. Easier said than done right now, huh? You're thinking to yourself, wow, on the cover of my yoga DVD, this pose looks so easy. It's not. Inhale, you're going to drop your right hand down, left arm lifts, reverse warrior. Exhale, bring it back to neutral. Inhale, reverse warrior again. Exhale, back to neutral. Last one, inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, neutral. Good. From here, you're going to drop your left hand down towards your left thigh and just lift that right arm up, coming into Trikonasana, triangle. Eye gaze is up at that right hand. If you need to modify, feel free to drop down to that left elbow on top of the left knee. Good. Holding your Trikonasana right here. You're going to open it back up, straighten out your left knee, rotate your left foot. So now it is parallel with the front of your mat. 2 feet parallel with the sides of the mat. Hands on the hips. Legs are open wider than hips distance. Bring your hands to heart center. Inhale the arms up. As you exhale, open your hands wide, hinge forward from the hips, and then stop when your face is parallel with the floor. You want a nice flat back, eye gaze straight down from the tip of the nose. Bring your left hand right underneath your face. Bring your right hand to your right hip and stack your right shoulder on top of your left. Bring your eye gaze back, and if your shoulders are stacked, go ahead and lift that right arm up. Bring your right hand down, replace your left hand with it. Bring your left hand to your left hip. Left shoulder stacked on top of right, eye gaze back, and if you can, lift that left arm up. You can always put a block or a book under your hand if you need help bringing the floor up a little higher to you. Nice little spinal twist. Good. From here, you're going to bring both hands down. Walk your hands over towards your feet. Maybe your hands are just right here underneath your shoulders, and this is just fine. Just allow your body to hang so you can bring your eye gaze straight back behind you. If you are a little more flexible, you can reach around for your heels and use your grip to pull your forehead a little closer to the floor. You can reach your arms forward and do a wide-legged down dog. That feels really good in the shoulders. All you're doing is reaching forward. Keep your weight pulled back to your heels, but reach your fingertips as far forward as you can. That's a great stretch, again, for your lower back, your hamstrings, and your shoulders. You can also walk your hands back in the middle of your legs behind you, further bringing your forehead a little closer to the mat. If you're a little further on in your practice and you want to go into a headstand, this is your chance. I'm going to give you a few breaths here, probably about 4 or 5. Otherwise, we're just going to hang out here and enjoy this stretch. Go for it. If you are in a headstand, go ahead and come out nice and slow. Meet us back here in our wide-legged forward fold. Gently bring your hands to your hips, and with a nice long spine, bring it up. You're just going to walk your feet in a little bit. Toes are going to come out to a 45-degree angle. Bring your hands to your heart center. Rub the palms together. Magnetize the energy in your body. As you inhale, you're going to bring the arms up overhead. As you exhale, you're going to drop your hands down to your right knee, then over to your left knee. Inhale, arms back up. Exhale, right knee, left knee. Inhale up, revolving sunflower using your breath. At the top, you're going to reverse it. Hands down to the left, over to the right. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And keep it going with your breath. Stopping at the top. As you exhale, bend your knees, bring your elbows in line with your shoulders. Good. Hold it here. Tuck the hips forward. Shoulders back. Again, this looks so much easier than it is. Do your best to take a few breaths here. Straighten out the knees, hands on the hips. Rotate the left toes so they're facing the front of the mat. Right foot is back, warrior 2. Take a nice deep inhale. And as you exhale, you're going to cartwheel those arms down to the mat. Left leg comes back. Down dog. Inhale, forward to plank. Exhale, halfway down. Inhale, up and through. Exhale, down dog. This time grounding down through that left heel. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, pull it all the way through into lunge. And you're going to windmill those arms up. Warrior two. Good. Hold it here. Once again, look down. You want your heels in one line. Right toes face the front of the mat. Left foot parallel with the back of the mat. Hands to heart center. Work those hips. Open the knee if you need to. Open the hands up when you can. Hold it here. As you inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, neutral. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, neutral. Inhale, reverse. And exhale, neutral. Take a nice deep inhale, lengthen through the arms. Exhale, bring that right hand down to the right thigh, left arm up, eye gaze up. I don't know about you, but my heart's beating faster. I'm sweating. Hands come back to neutral. Straighten out that right knee. Rotate the right toes. Hands to heart center. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, hinge forward. Hold it here. Right hand comes down underneath my face. Left arm lifts or left hand to left hip. Left hand comes down, right hand, right hip, or up. Good, we're going to bring both hands down. Good, hands come to our feet if we want them there at our feet. Maybe they're right underneath our shoulders. You can be up on fists. You can be up on a block or a book. And you're just going to allow your body to hang. Your torso is just going to hang, eye gaze back. Again, if you have heads down in your practice, be my guest, you have 5 breaths. If you are in your heads down, slowly make your way down. Hands come to your hips, and with a nice flat spine, we're lifting up. Feet come in just a little bit. Toes are out at a 45-degree angle, hands to heart center. Good. From here, you're going to inhale the arms up. Exhale down to that left knee, right knee, inhale. 4 times on each side. Thereabouts. I mean, I don't really like to count in yoga except for maybe breaths. All right, at the top, you're going to switch sides. Exhale, inhale. That's the important part. Stopping at the top. As you exhale, bring your elbows in line with your shoulders. Open those knees up nice and wide. Now, if you want to, you stay right here. If you want to add a little challenge, shift the weight over towards your left foot and lift your right heel off the mat. Sink a little deeper here. Hold it. Drop that right heel down, shift weight over, lift that left heel up, hold it. Drop that left heel down, and if you want to, lift both heels up and hold it. How low can you go? Hips stay tucked forward. Drop both heels, bring your hands to your knees. As you push your right knee open, you're gonna drop your left shoulder down towards the mat. So you're actually using your left hand, push that left knee open, drop your left shoulder down to the mat. Eye gaze comes back over that right shoulder. Switching sides, right hand on the inside of the right knee. Keep that right knee open, drop that right shoulder towards the mat. Eye gaze up and over that left shoulder. Bring it back to neutral. Drop your torso. Use your hands to stabilize as you adjust your feet. You've got that right foot now, moving it back forward to the front of your mat. Left foot is back in that warrior two stance, parallel with the back of the mat. Bring it up, hold it here. Take a nice deep inhale. Exhale, windmill those arms down to the mat. Right leg comes back, down dog. Ooh, yeah. Inhale, forward to plank. Exhale, halfway. Inhale, up and through. Tuck the toes, push it back. Down dog, walk the feet forward towards the hands. Forward fold, shake out the head, no thank you. Nod it, yes please. Roll it up nice and slow. No rush, no hurry. Good, we're gonna work on a little bit of balance. Once again, I love to do balance postures. And I love to start out with energizing breaths. Yay, I'm sweating. Energizing breaths. Double inhale through the nostrils, double exhale through the mouth. Double in, double X. Do 3 more of those. Good. Bring your hands to heart center. Interlace your fingers. Squeeze the palms. Release your thumb and your index finger. It's a mudra. I like to call it Charlie's Angels mudra because, right? Pow, pow. Pow, pow. No? Okay. Behave, Lisa. This is serious. It's yoga. From here, you're going to bend your knees. Good. Bring your arms up overhead. Lift your heels up off the mat. Hold it here. So from the side, it just looks like this. Standing it all the way up and lowering the heels. Bring your torso down, measure 2 fists in between your feet. Like if we're coming into Padahastasana. Good. Bring your hands to your hips, lift your torso. Hands to heart center, interlace the fingers, release the thumb and index. Come up nice and high. Hands up. Bend your knees forward, just lowering the glutes. Feel free to walk over to a wall for stability. Feel free to bring your hands right here. You can also bring your hands forward, palms up for receiving, down for grounding. Hold it. Lower all the way down, fingertips to the mat. Lift the hips. Roll it up. Interlace the fingers, squeeze the palms, release the thumb and index. Arms come up, so do heels. Bend the knees, hold it, lower, lower, drop it all the way down, hands down, lift the hips, roll it up. Last one, interlace the fingers, release the thumb and index, arms come up, so do heels, bend the knees, hold it, hold it, drop it down. Good. Drop the hands down to the mat, lift the hips, shake out the head, no thank you. Nod it, yes please. Roll it up nice and slow. Hands to heart center. One hand to the heart, one hand to the belly. Close your eyes, deep inhales, deep exhales. Inhale, exhale. Good. Once you're able to control your breath, and you can take that nice slow ujjayi breath in and out through the nostrils, bring it over to the top of your mat. Hands to heart center. Bow to yourself. Bow to your standing practice. Bring the hands all the way down to the floor. Walk, jump, or step it back into plank. Walk the hands all the way back. Push the weight all the way back towards the heels. Grounding down through your left foot. Inhale the right leg up. Exhale, bring your right knee to your right elbow. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bring your right knee to your left elbow. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bring your right knee to your right wrist for pigeon. If this is your first time doing pigeon, welcome. Pigeon is delicious. It tastes just like chicken, especially if you have like ranch or barbecue sauce. Anyways, what you're looking for when you're in your down dog, you're just looking to bring your right knee right behind your right wrist. Your right heel falls out towards your left hip a little bit. And then you're just going to push your leg back until you feel sort of comfortable, if that makes sense. Not pain. Maybe a little bit of discomfort, but no pain. If your right glute doesn't come all the way down to the mat and you feel like you might lean into it, you can get a pillow or a book. If you have a block, you can put a block underneath that right glute. You may not need it as long as because my right glute doesn't get all the way down, but I don't lean into my right hip. So my right glute's still up a little bit. And if I had a thinner block, I might put a thinner block underneath. But as long as you're not leaning into it, you're fine. So you're in your pigeon base. You're not leaning into that right glute or overextending to that left hip. You want to stay nice and square. You should be able to look over the left shoulder and see a nice straight leg behind you. Good. Once you feel your least discomfortable, you're going to walk it down to the elbows. This is an exalted pigeon, so we're going to walk it down to our elbows. Let our head hang. Again, maybe a pillow, a book, or a block underneath your forehead. If it's available to you, you can bring your forehead all the way down to the floor. Elbows are still pressed into the mat. You're going to feel a nice pinching sensation in the right hip. This is great for your hips, your glutes on the right side. It's also a really good lower back stretch. Now, if you feel like, I'm not really feeling much of that stretch in my glute on the right side or my hip, you can start to walk that right leg, shin rather, up so it's a little bit more parallel with the front of the mat. Again, you might lean into that right hip just to move your foot, but you want to make sure you come back to neutral. Now, eventually, you're going to straighten that right leg out and work on your splits. This is getting you ready for that. But right now, we'll just hang out here in pigeon for a few breaths because it feels good. I'm telling you, everyone loves pigeon. It's like yoga's chicken nuggets, seriously. I don't know a lot of people that hate pigeon, except for maybe when you're doing yoga teacher training and they make you sit in this for 15 minutes on each side. That's a whole different ball of wax, peeps. Talk about an emotional breakdown. Woo. So pigeon has to do with forgiveness. While you're laying here, I'll just keep talking because I just know you love the sound of my voice as much as I do. Pigeon has to do with forgiveness. The right side of your body has to do with the masculine energies in your life. It doesn't mean all men. It just means masculine energies. I know plenty of women that have a masculine energy. So the affirmation for pigeon is I lovingly forgive myself. I lovingly forgive others. I am happy and I am free. Again, I lovingly forgive myself. I lovingly forgive others. I am happy and I am free. We have about 4 to 5 more breaths in pigeon. So if you're using pigeon as a base to work on something else, perhaps king pigeon or mermaid pose, then be my guest here. I'm not quite at a king pigeon yet. I like to use a strap for that because I'm pretty far. So I use my strap around my foot and I work on bringing my foot closer to my hands. Whew. Not easy. If you're working on mermaid, you reach back with your left hand, pulling that left foot into the elbow crease of your left arm. And then you just work on bringing that right arm up and over. And try to do all that while balancing and not falling into your right hip. All right, guys, so if you're in an exalted pigeon, walk it back up to your neutral pigeon. You're going to tuck those left toes behind you. Lift your left knee off the mat. This is where the good stuff happens. As you come out of pigeon, it's going to feel real funky, especially on the right side. Moan, groan, cuss, laugh, whatever you need to do to feel good. Push the palms into the mat. Bring that right leg back. Oh, son of a motherless goat. Walk that pigeon out, or that dog out, because now you're in down dog. Ooh, yes, girl. Walk it out. Ooh. Cows are holy in India, so holy cow is considered a curse. Holy cow! Grounding down through that right foot whenever you can. Inhale the left leg up. Exhale, bring your left knee to your left elbow. Inhale, lengthen. Left knee, right elbow. Inhale, lengthen. Left knee, left wrist for pigeon on the left side. Once again, you're looking for that left knee behind the left wrist, left heel towards the right hip. And then walk that right leg back, hips stay square, look over the right shoulder, make sure that right leg's nice and straight. If you're collapsing, put a book or a pillow there so that you stay up nice and high. You want to be nice and high on your pigeon. Good. Once you have found your optimal discomfort, can't talk today. Slowly walk it down to the elbows if you'd like. Maybe the forehead. And just relax. Left side of your body has to do with feminine energies in your life. Affirmation. To be said to yourself or out loud, you are in your own home. Yell it if you want to. I lovingly forgive myself. I lovingly forgive others. I am happy and I am free. I lovingly forgive myself. I lovingly forgive others. I am happy and I am free. Whatever you did on the other side, whether you worked on bringing that shin up a little higher or worked on some splits, make sure you match it on this side. Taking about 7 to 10 more breaths here. Again, if you're working on anything with pigeon as your base, you've got about 5 more breaths here to do so. Good. How we doing? We're slowly walking it up to our pigeon base. Please return to base, pigeons. We're going to tuck the left toes behind us. Lift our left knee off the mat. Pull. That's your right leg, sorry. Right toes are tucked. Right knee is lifted. Left leg comes back. Downward facing. Oy vey. Oy vey. Walk that dog out. Inhale forward to plank. Exhale halfway down. Inhale up and through. Exhale, push it back. Down dog, come up nice and high on the balls of the feet. Exhale, bend the knees. Hover your tabletop position just for a few breaths. Pushing through the palms, rounding out the shoulders, engaging the core. Lower the knees down to the mat. Coming into some Supta Virasana, reclined hero. We're going to start in a seated hero. For this one, please use a pillow from your couch or your bed. Use a sturdy, thick book or a block if you have it. Maybe a nice little Amazon box would be good. Didn't think of that. Anyway, what you're going to do here is you're going to bring your knees together nice and tight. You're going to separate your feet so that they're about mat's distance, and you want the sides of your feet parallel with the mat. We'll bring our block right back here. As your knees stay squeezed together, sides of the feet are parallel with the sides of the mat, you're going to push your calf flesh out of the way and sit back, stacking the shoulders above the hips. Level 1, on a block or a pillow or a book. You're staying right here, okay? You don't need to go any further. Trust me, this is hard enough. Just when you look down at your feet, Make sure they're parallel with the sides of the mat and that your knees stay squeezed together at all times. You can give yourself a nice little inner foot massage. I like to use my fists and just massage my feet. Right now you're actively cutting blood supply off to your lower extremity here. You're using your knees as a tourniquet. You're cutting blood flow off to your lower leg, ankles, heels, toes, mostly because we're just giving them a break, letting all that blood go up to our heart, get oxygenated. And then when we release that tourniquet effect, all that fresh oxygenated blood goes rushing towards the toes, breaking up scar tissue, helping to get rid of varicose veins, helps with circulation, and also maybe getting rid of some cellulite, I've heard. I mean, don't get me wrong, I've tried sitting in this posture for hours. I just wasn't able to walk the next day. I still have cellulite, but I've heard it helps. So this is level 1 right here. If you're working towards level 2, you want to remove that block. Make sure your knees aren't coming apart as you remove that block. Again, right here, this is hard enough. You can just sit right here. You can bring the hands back, working on that reclined hero, keeping those knees together. Tops of the feet are staying pressed into the mat, sides of the feet parallel with the sides of the mat. You can work it down to your elbows. This is the reclined part. You can place a block, if you have one, underneath your back while you work on this reclined part. Elbows down, block supports. And eventually we're going to get rid of this block, coming into the full expression of the pose, bringing the arms up overhead. As you've been sitting here now while I'm talking, you're thinking to yourself, this posture is really hard. It sucks. I hate it. I hate Lisa, but I love Prince, right? You're all thinking that, aren't you? That's what I thought. Taking a few more breaths, especially for those that maybe are working on their reclined version of this posture. If you are in the full expression of this posture, slowly bring your way back to the seated expression. And really you just claw your way out of it. Oh, moaning and groaning. Holy cow, son of a motherless goat. Oh yeah. Getting that blood rushing back to your toes. Now you can tap your feet out if you want. As soon as it's humanly possible for you to do so, tuck your toes, lift your hips into downward facing dog. Walk your dog out. Oh, there goes all that cellulite, varicose veins, and old scar tissue from ankle sprains and whatnot. Bye-bye. Let me just check the time. Aha. One more posture, and then you guys are going to relax it out and breathe and meditate for 5 minutes after we're done, right? So, I always like to do heart openers on Wednesday because it's hump day. See what I did there? You're going to come onto your back, actually onto your glutes. From here, you're just going to bring your feet in together, soles of the feet touching. Bring your hands back behind you, fingertips face forward. Push the palms into the mat, lift the heart, and let the eye gaze roll back. This is a great shoulder stretch. It's good for the heart, for the throat, lower back. This is level 1 right here, okay? Level 2, straighten those legs out. Drop down to the elbows. Same thing. And finally, level 3, you're going to press those hands into the mat. Point the toes, push the heels into the mat, lift the glutes, eye gaze back. That's level 3. Pick your level. Hold it here. Beautiful, ladies and gentlemen, knees together, sit it up. At this time, I invite you to lay on your backs, lay in Shavasana, close your eyes, try to meditate, do some spinal twists, some happy baby if you'd like. Those are things you can do at home on your own without me. I want to thank you all for allowing me to guide you again this morning. I hope you find these as hilarious as I do. I wish you all peace, prosperity, joy, most of all health. You have all of my love, all of my honor, and all of my respect from my heart to yours. Namaste.